What is up, YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be introducing a very simple blitz and talking about defensive coverage behind it. So stay tuned for the second half of this video. That's the most important piece, is talking about defensive shells that we can give our opponents, as well as what happens with our user, what we need to be worried about with our user. So pinch bucko is the blitz that we're going to be using. This is really just catered towards gun bunch, split close, trips. You can kind of use it in trips. Don't recommend it. I recommend it against Y off tree weak, those kind of trip sets, but not like a trip side end, gun tray, or gun tray. You guys kind of get the idea. Single back, this is really good against because the pressure just gets home so much faster because they're not in a shotgun formation. So we're going to go ahead and get into gun bunch. One other formation that this is also good against, tight doubles. Really just any compressed set is what we're looking for. Spread, 5 wide, trips, try and avoid this and use some other blitzes from big nickel over G instead. So we're going to go ahead and get into spacing switch. Now the blitz setup is pretty darn simple. What you want to do is spread D line, slant to the left, and then take your user, blitzer user. Now your user was manned up to the tight end, but we're going to swap the man assignment. So we're going to blitz all linebackers, take B, double tap right on the D-pad, B up on the right stick, man them up to the tight end, double tap right on the D-pad, take Y up on the right stick, man him up to the running back, and just swap the man assignments. Do you have to do that? No. Is it helpful? Yes, especially when you're trying to avoid them taking the flats if we're sitting 7. Simple blitz, right? Let's just go ahead and snap the ball. You can see engage, disengage. One guy gets nano detected, the other guy comes in around the edge. Now, normally we don't get double edge pressure. That's very rare that happens. We kind of just got a little lucky right there. So again, blitz all linebackers, spread D line, slant to the left, take the guys, man them up to the tight end and the running back, blitzer user, and just engage with the offensive line. It's really simple. We can get that guy coming in consistently, and he's going to get nano detected pretty frequently as well. I don't know what they did to the game, but it's a nano blitz, boys. Really simple. Now, if they block their running back, numbers game. Okay, that's really the key to this blitz, is always sending the same amount that they are blocking, and you got to kind of be ready for that as well. So let's just take A, man him up to the tight end instead. So this is a blocked running back. All right, I'll even double check it. Blocked running back, snap the ball, engage, disengage, and you can see what I was talking about. He comes in so fast that he gets nano detected and thereby stops running. Running back is then able to pick him up. But if he does not get nano detected, then he's just going to come straight past the running back right at the quarterback. I'm going to try that one more time. Again, blitz all LBs, take B, man them up to the tight end, spread D line, slant them to left, blitz your user, and this is against a blocked running back. Stand roughly in between the right guard and the center and engage. Okay, engage, disengage. You can see the running back ignores him, and because we don't get nano detected that time, we get a clean shot at the quarterback. Now, if they go max protect, this is kind of where you gotta start paying attention and a little bit more high level Madden starts kicking into play. We gotta send even more. It's a basic numbers game is how blitzing works this year. So again, blitz all linebackers, spread D line, slant them to the left, take your user, blitz your user. Because they're max protecting, your user is free to roam wherever you want to. You can double up on a crosser, you can double up on a post, a slant, whatever it may be. Just find something that's going to beat man coverage. So let's just go ahead, snap the ball, engage, disengage, and you can see right there, we're still getting that side to come through. In fact, the guy got nano detected yet again. If they're blocking 7, you're sending 7. So spread D line, slant them to left, blitz all linebackers, take your user, blitz or user. It's simple. This is a really easy blitz to run, and you can get consistent pressure off that edge every single time. If they slide that direction, you're going to get somebody off the opposite end, and it's just generally going to be Zadarius Smith coming off the edge. If they ID, somebody's going to be coming up through the A gap. It's just a really tricky blitz to pick up. Now, let's talk about some shells you can give behind it. So, at first, this is a cover 0. Everybody's manned up to someone. Now, in gun bunch, there's 2 things we have to worry about: crossers and corners. That's the big thing, especially when they motion over somebody. Expect the slant. Let's talk about zone drops real fast. There's a key difference between curl flats and what they play. Regardless of what zone drops you guys use, they still play differently. So curl flats. Curl flats are great for crossers. They're great for post routes. They're terrible for corner routes. And I'm going to just highlight that real fast. And we're going to have a curl flat out there. Flats, great for corners. They're all right for crossers and posts. Not as good as curl flats, but they're decent. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the difference between a curl flat and a cloud flat. Let's go ahead and actually set both these guys to 25 and just kind of talk about exactly what's going to be going on. B, we're going to take him and put him into a curl flat. I'm going to go ahead and just spy my user as well. I just want to focus on this corner route in particular and show you exactly what happens and the difference between a flat and a curl flat defender. So you can see right there, if provided that guy is not manned up, he's getting outside of the curl flat. So this is a curl flat set to 25. Okay, that's the correct depth for this corner out. As you saw, I was playing the correct depth, but he just won't play outside as often. Now right there, we didn't get the cleanest release. He kind of got bumped back inside, but if they get a clean release, what you will find happening is the curl flat pulls or stays inside. There's a trick to this. With corner outs, it's generally best to have a cloud flat ran by a corner. So what we can do right here is if we wanted to set the blitz up, right, we can go ahead and essentially run it like this. We could actually go ahead and essentially Mabel that side, but we would swap the curl flat, have him set to 5, cloud set to 25, potentially even 30, and the cloud's going to play that corner out a lot better because of leveraging the way that linebackers work. They don't have to run to the outside like a linebacker does. We all know they're great in coverage. A corner is already there and able to make a play. All they have to do is just drop back to the zone depth that you set them to. So let's just go ahead and talk about how we can bag Z-spot in particular, specifically by itself. So again, with coaching adjustments, we're going to go down to our flats, set them to 30, curl flats, set them to 5. Basically, when you set them to 5, they're playing at the line of scrimmage. It doesn't make much sense to my head, but to EA's eyes, it does. So you want to set them to 5. They play basically at the line of scrimmage. It doesn't make much any logical sense whatsoever. And then we're going to use, again, pinch buck O and talk about Z-spot in particular for this corner out. This corner out, tough because if they get the time, it can get over most flats. You may think, well, what if you put a quarter out there? Quarters, not that good. They suck. They play terribly. They randomly match people. We don't know what the heck they do. Thirds with the recent patch, they won't play this corner out either. So you got to rely on zone drop and potentially mixing up a little bit of man coverage with it to basically double up on that one receiver. So Z-spot, again, it's just a simple streak. Number 11, or how do I not remember his name? You think I know his name. Claypool. And then dig and do something like this. This is usually how I like to run it. Not everybody runs it the same way I do, but yeah, whatever. Teach their own. So what we're going to do for this particular play is take B, put him into a cloud, and then B, put him into a curl flat. So that's YY, B, down on the left stick, right on the D-pad twice, B, right on the right stick. And we're going to go ahead and Mabel that. It's essentially switched to what a lot of people like to run, and that's their curl flat set to 25 or 30, and then cloud set to default. We're reversing that because clouds play these corner outs a lot better. Then we're going to go ahead and deep half that side of the field. Now, with that being said, your assignment as a user changes significantly based off if they're running a max protect gun bunch, which in this case they are, or if they are not running a max pro gun bunch. If they are not running a max protect gun bunch and they send everybody on routes, your first thing should be going straight to the flats or straight to the seams. Next, and the biggest thing, watch over the top. If X is running a deep post and he's got 90 deep route running with a high speed, he's going to beat that man 9 times out of 10, especially in regs. Mutt, different ball game. Obviously, the higher the deep route running, the higher the speed, the bigger of a threat he is to your defensive back, especially because he's isolated. So you always need to be aware of any potential deep shot and get the blitz to come through as fast as possible. Now right here, because this is a max protect and we're sending 7-on-7 because we're blitzing our user, it more than likely is not going to come, but we can get some good sheds still. So again, engage, disengage, and you can see as I was talking about, we're getting good sheds and they don't have time to be able to hit that corner out over the top. As I was talking about, cloud flats play corner out so much better. They are kind of lackluster on the crosser portion of it, but they play pretty darn good when it comes to corner outs, such as Z spots, just double post, X spot. There's lots of different corner outs out there. Anyways, when playing corners, play clouds. When playing crosses, whether it be a mesh post, for example, or just a crossing route from whoever it may be, play curl flats. You may need to start utilizing a double Mabel and setting curls and clouds to the same depth to try and prevent both of those, and then just use the flats, or just adjust as needed. So pretty simple blitz. You can get some good pressure out of it. You just got to start really paying attention to what your opponents are doing on offense. When you guys are going into the Classic, you have to be absolutely aware of what your opponent is doing at all times. When we're playing in the Classic, you're going to be playing some high-level Madden players that know what they're doing. Now, yes, there's going to be some people that are probably just going to be a little breeze, a little cakewalk, walk through the park. But you will face those guys that can dot up pressure every single time. So mix in this blitz, mix in some zone coverage, and really throw your opponents off guard. So fellas, that's going to take care of this video. Easy blitz, a little bit of coverage show, talking about the difference between curls and clouds, how they play it different, how they play things better, how they play things worse. So subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and we will see you guys in the next one.